My fiancé confessed days before the wedding, "I don't actually believe in marriage." I said, "Good to know." Then I called all the guests, canceled the venue, and put the non-refundable honeymoon tickets up for sale. Her frantic, "I was just scared" calls went straight to voicemail. I, 32 male, am still kind of numb, but also weirdly calm. Like when you get a really bad cut and it just doesn't hurt yet. 4 days ago, Wednesday, we were doing a final walkthrough of the venue. Flowers ordered, caterer paid, my suit tailored, her dress probably costing more than my first car. You know, wedding stuff. My fiancée, let's call her Sarah, 29F, had been a bit quiet that day. Figured it was just wedding jitters. We've been together 5 years, engaged for 1. This wasn't a whirlwind romance. This was, I thought, solid. We're in the car on the way back. I'm talking about some last-minute RSVPs, and she just blurts it out. "Alan, I need to tell you something. I don't actually believe in marriage." I just stared. "Come again?" Like the institution. Lifelong commitment, all of it. I love you, but I'm not sure I believe in forever, you know? I let that sink in. Traffic was light, the silence was heavy. "And you're telling me this now? 9 days before we're supposed to sign a legal document promising exactly that in front of 150 people? I know the timing is awful. I just got scared. I thought I could do it for you, for us, but it feels wrong, dishonest. My brain went into hyperlogical mode. Emotional reaction? Sure, it was there, a dull ache starting. But mostly, it was like a switch flipped. Me, good to know. That was it. That's all I said. She started to cry. "Alan, please, we can still be together. We don't need a piece of paper." I didn't respond. Pulled up to her apartment. We don't live together yet. Thank God for small mercies. "Aren't you going to say anything else? Alan, talk to me." Me, "I think you've said enough, Sarah, for both of us." She got out, looked like she expected me to follow, to argue, to plead. I just drove off. Got home, poured a very large whiskey, and then I started making calls. Venue, called them up, lost the deposit, about 5 Keller. Caterer, same deal, another 3K down the drain. Florist, band, photographer, more calls, more lost deposits with them too. The total damage from all forfeited vendor deposits was shaping up to be around 12 Kellers. Sucks, but cheaper than a divorce. Honeymoon, those dream first-class tickets to that fancy island resort, non-refundable. Paid about 8 Kellers for the package. Put them up for sale online. Listed them for 6 Kals, hoping to recoup something. Buyer takes over the names. Guests. This was the hardest part. Started with my parents, then hers. That was a fun call. More on that later. Then the wedding party. Then every single guest. Sent a very polite, brief email. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the wedding of Alan and Sarah on date has been canceled. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, particularly to those who have made travel arrangements. We will be in touch regarding gifts. Sarah started calling about halfway through my guest list. Straight to voicemail. Text started flooding in. "Alan, WTF are you doing? Call me. We need to talk about this. My mom just called me screaming. You can't just cancel everything." Spoiler, I can, and did. I was just scared. I didn't mean I wanted to break up. Her last text before I turned my phone off for the night. "You're overreacting. This is my wedding too. You had no right." My wedding too. Right, the one she doesn't believe in. Woke up this morning, about 50 missed calls, voicemail full. Yeah, this is just the beginning, isn't it? Update 1 week later. Okay, so it's been a little over a week since the confession and the subsequent great cancellation. Thanks for all the comments and DMs. Good to know I'm not the only one who thinks "doesn't believe in marriage" is a pretty big bomb to drop days before the wedding. So, where to begin? The fallout has been something. Sarah's calls and texts continued for another day before she apparently realized I wasn't picking up. Then came the siege, Saturday. T-7 days to what was wedding day. Sarah shows up at my apartment, banging on the door. I didn't answer. She yelled through the door for a good 20 minutes. "Sarah, Alan, open this door. We need to talk. You can't just destroy our lives like this." Me, through the door, calmly. "Sarah, I believe you said you don't believe in the life we were about to start. I took you at your word. I was just anxious. People get cold feet. It doesn't mean I don't love you." Her definition of cold feet is apparently fundamental opposition to the core concept of the event. Good to know. She eventually left, probably to cry to her mom. Sunday, Sarah's mom, Janice, calls me. Oh boy. Alan, what in God's name do you think you're doing to my daughter? She's devastated. Me, with all due respect, Janice, Sarah told me, less than 2 weeks before the wedding, that she doesn't believe in marriage. I acted on that information. She was just scared. Young brides get nervous. You're supposed to reassure her, not blow everything up. You've humiliated her. Humiliated our family. I think signing a legal contract you don't believe in is more problematic than canceling, and I feel pretty humiliated finding this out at the 11th hour. She loves you. You're just being cruel and vindictive. All that money wasted. You expect us to just eat those costs for her dress and the bridesmaids' dresses? Ah, there it is. The money. Me. I've lost about 12 Ks in non-refundable vendor deposits, Janice. The honeymoon tickets are up for sale at a loss. As for the dresses, that's unfortunately not my responsibility. You owe her. You owe US. You have to make this right. You should still give her the honeymoon. It's paid for. She deserves a break after this trauma you caused. The sheer audacity. I just said, I don't think we see eye to eye on this, Janice. Goodbye, and hung up. The supporters emerge. Sarah's maid of honor, a girl named Julia, started a group chat with me and my groomsmen, who are 100% on my side, though. Julia. Alan, this is insane. Sarah's a mess. You guys are perfect together. You have to fix this. She made a mistake. She was emotional. Then one of Sarah's other bridesmaids, Evelyn, chimed in. Yeah, Alan, she was just being honest about her philosophical doubts. It doesn't mean she wouldn't have been a good wife. You're punishing her for being vulnerable. My best man, Jesse, bless his heart, replied, philosophical doubts? Days before? That's not vulnerability. That's a contractual hazard. I just typed, the decision is final. The wedding is canceled because the bride expressed a fundamental disbelief in the premise of marriage. I'm not interested in debating it further. Left the group chat. Dirty trick attempt 1. On Tuesday, I get an email from the honeymoon resort, confirming guest name change for your upcoming stay. What? I checked the listing for the tickets. No sale confirmed yet. Called the resort. Turns out, someone claiming to be Alan's assistant Sarah had called them, said I wanted to put the honeymoon solely in her name as a surprise gift because the wedding was postponed, not canceled. And she really needed this getaway. She even tried to get them to change the contact email to hers. The resort was suspicious because I'd specifically listed the package for sale via a third-party site, and they had a note on file. They wanted my verbal confirmation. I told them absolutely not. The original booking stands, and it's for sale. The rep was very understanding and put extra security notes on the account. Sarah actively tried to steal the damn honeymoon. After blowing up the wedding, the entitlement. I sent Sarah one single text after that. Regarding the honeymoon, nice try. That was low. Don't contact me again unless it's about logistics for separating your belongings from my place. Her reply was a flurry of, I thought you'd want me to have it. And I'm so stressed, I deserve a break. And why are you being so mean? Straight to block for Sarah and her mother. I decided to hold off on blocking the bridesmaids immediately, just muted their chats for my own sanity. Evelyn's vulnerable comment was particularly galling, though. The non-refundable vendor deposits are gone, 12K. The 8K honeymoon tickets finally sold for 5.5K, so a 2.5K loss there. Better than nothing. Total hit about 14.5K and a whole lot of stress. But also, a weird sense of relief, like I dodged a bullet the size of a wrecking ball. Still haven't processed the emotional side of losing the woman I thought I'd marry. That'll come. For now, it's damage control and drawing very firm boundaries. Apparently, I don't believe in marriage means I want all the benefits and none of the perceived drawbacks, and you should pay for it all, even after I detonate the plan. Nope, not happening. Final update. Hey everyone. It's been about a month since my last update, roughly 5 weeks since D-Day, Detonation Day, as I now call it. This will be my final post on this saga. The dust has mostly settled and the crazy has reached its peak and, thankfully, started to recede. So, after I blocked Sarah and her mother, Janice, things got quiet from them directly. Too quiet from their end. I knew it wouldn't last. The gift situation. About 2 weeks ago, I started getting messages from some mutual friends and even a few of my own relatives. Apparently, Sarah and her mother Janice had launched a campaign, They were telling everyone that I was the one who got cold feet, that I had some kind of breakdown, and that Sarah was the heartbroken victim. The narrative was that I had misunderstood her philosophical musings about marriage and overreacted massively. Why this new campaign? The wedding gifts. We'd asked for cash gifts towards a house deposit, mostly. Some people had already sent checks or digital transfers. A few physical gifts had arrived. After I canceled everything, I'd emailed everyone who gave a gift, saying I'd be returning them all. Sarah and Janice, however, decided these gifts were owed to Sarah for her pain and suffering and the humiliation I'd caused her. They actually started contacting guests directly, saying things like, "Alan is being erratic, but Sarah still needs to set up her life. If you'd still like to support her, you can send your gift directly to her at her address." Some of my family members called me, confused. My Aunt Frances was like, "Alan, dear, are you all right?" Janice called saying you're having a hard time and that Sarah is trying to salvage what she can from this mess. She said the gift money would help Sarah find a new apartment since you two were planning to live together. We weren't. I owned my place. She was going to move in after the wedding. This was a new level of audacity. They weren't just entitled, they were actively trying to defraud our guests by spinning a false narrative. I wasn't going to let this stand. This wasn't about being vindictive. This was about protecting my reputation and ensuring our friends and family weren't duped. So, I crafted a very careful factual email. Subject: setting the record straight. Regarding the canceled wedding. Dear friends and family, I am writing to you again to clarify the circumstances surrounding the cancellation of my wedding to Sarah. I understand there has been some misinformation circulating, and I feel it's important to be transparent, especially concerning your generous gifts. On date, 9 days before the scheduled wedding, Sarah informed me that she does not, in fact, believe in the institution of marriage or lifelong commitment. She stated this was a genuine belief, not momentary cold feet. Given that a wedding is a public and legal declaration of precisely that commitment, I made the difficult decision to cancel the event. To proceed would have been disingenuous to myself, to Sarah, and to all of you who were prepared to witness vows that one party did not fundamentally accept. All vendor deposits, totaling approximately $12,000, were forfeited by me. The non-refundable honeymoon package, which cost $8,000, was sold at a loss. It has come to my attention that Sarah and her mother have been contacting some of you to solicit gifts directly, claiming I am unwell or that the circumstances were different. This is untrue. Any gifts received will be returned by me in full. If you sent a cash gift and would like it returned, please provide your details if I don't already have them. If you sent a physical gift, I will arrange for its return. I regret any distress or confusion this situation has caused. This was not a decision made lightly. Thank you for your understanding. I sent this email to everyone who was invited. I attached a screenshot of Sarah's original "I don't believe in marriage" text. I'd screenshotted it right after she sent more frantic texts just in case. And for good measure, a screenshot of her trying to get the honeymoon tickets transferred to her name. Boom, the aftermath. The reaction was swift. My phone blew up, but this time with messages of support. "OMG Alan, I can't believe she did that. You did the right thing. That's insane entitlement." Aunt Frances called back, furious. "That woman, and her mother. The nerve. Don't worry dear, no one is sending them a dime." Even Julia, the MOH, found my email address. We weren't connected on many platforms. And sent a message. "Alan, saw your email with the screenshots. Sarah really downplayed what she said and did. And the honeymoon thing. Yikes, I feel like an idiot. Sorry for jumping down your throat in that group chat. No apology from Evelyn, so she got the block I'd initially held off on. Good riddance." Janice apparently went ballistic. I heard from a mutual acquaintance that she called my parents screaming about how I was slandering Sarah and ruining her life. My mom, who is usually very polite, apparently told Janice that Sarah had made her bed and now needed to lie in it, and then hung up. Mic drop, Mom. Sarah, after the email went out, tried to reach me. Her number was blocked, but she sent a string of vitriolic voicemails from a new, unknown number, which I promptly blocked too, calling me every name under the sun for exposing her and turning everyone against her. No remorse. No self-awareness, just pure, unadulterated entitlement and rage that her manipulation tactics had failed. The best part? A couple who had given us a rather expensive espresso machine, a Breville Barista Express to be exact, about $700, had it delivered to my place. Sarah had apparently told them I didn't want it and they should give it to her as she loves coffee. I'd already arranged to send it back to the store for a refund to them. When they got my email, they told me to keep it. Consider it a dodged a bullet present, Alan. Enjoy the coffee. I am. It's delicious. I've returned every single gift. Checks torn up and confirmed, digital transfers reversed, physical items sent back or the gifter reimbursed if they preferred. Cost me a bit in postage, but worth it. Sarah is apparently staying with her parents. I heard through the grapevine she's telling anyone who'll listen that she's the victim of a cruel, unstable man. But thanks to the truth offensive, most people know what really happened. Her attempts to paint herself as a martyr largely backfired. Financially, I'm out about $15 total after everything. That includes the original losses plus postage for gifts, etc. Emotionally, it was rough for a bit. The betrayal stunned more than the money. But honestly, now, mostly I feel relief. That conversation in the car was a gift, albeit a brutally delivered one. She showed me who she really was before we signed legal documents and merged our lives. I'm going on a solo trip next month with some of the money I didn't spend on the wedding. Not the fancy island, just a quiet place to hike and clear my head. Some people are just black holes of entitlement. The only way to deal with them is to cut them off and let them implode on their own. Sarah wanted a life without the commitment of marriage, but with all the trimmings paid for by me. She didn't get it. Thanks for letting me vent. Read it. It actually helped to write it all out. Peace.